is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beasts of all ages, shapes, and sizes. Oh yeah, after a very interesting scenario of whether or not this will be like the thing to check out, I believe it might be the thing to check out. The first Punic War Oversimplified, part uno, up in this mug. I know some people have wanted me to check this guy out, so now we're going to give you the old college try, Oversimplified, talking about the first Punic War. Punic! Link in the description, of course, to Oversimplified. You know what? Let's get him got a red item. Let's see what it do, Monsieur Oversimplified. Also sponsored by NordVPN. Well, their sponsor, not me. Sadness. But
by NordVPN. Click the link below and get an exclusive deal with a huge discount and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Introducing our new, glorious, breathtaking bucket plushie. Limited quantity, available now, along with some Punic War character pins.
It's a bucket!
Or I'll marry your mother. It's your choice.
What? Wait,
Oh, Marcellus, you
wait,
should
what?
have a lot of dignitas. Kiss me. Okay.
You got it?
Oh, he ate him!
What can I do for you? Well, you know how you always say Rome is the greatest civilization in the world? It bloody well is. Well, I was just wondering, what makes us so great? How did we come to be?
Ooh.
Wow, my son. Boy, let me take you on a journey. To this side of the room.
Oh, okay.
The story of Rome begins with these beautiful baby boys going to town on some she-wolf mommy milkers. That's gross. You're gross! Sorry, son. You're not gross. I love you. They're called Romulus and Remus. And when they grew up,
these guys.
in 753 BC, they founded Rome. But there was just one problem. They couldn't agree on which of them should be the king.
So he killed him.
Worked it out peacefully, right? Oh, heavens no. Romulus caved Remus's skull in with a shovel. Here's a picture. Our first king committed fratricide? I know. Look at his face. When's the part where we become the greatest civilization, Dad? Well, you see, at first Rome was full of men. I'm talking like a real sausage party. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. So we invited some neighboring cities over for a big feast. And then we literally kidnapped all of their women. Here's a picture. Look at that one. She's like... This is messed up. You're messed up. Sorry, son. Sorry. I'll be a better father.
I remember these.
I promise. So then, finally, after centuries of monarchy, those tyrannical kings started getting a little too big for their britches. So we overthrew the kings and established Rome as a republic.
Rome!
Is that when all the killing stopped?
No.
Oh,
no. Oh,
That's
God,
when
no.
the killing
started,
baby. We went wild and conquered the Latin League, the Samnites, the Etruscans. Woo! What a rush. Dad,
we were
Rome
killing
seems
it.
pretty barbaric. You're barbaric! Oh, I forgot to tell you about the time a prophet told Saturn his son would one day overthrow him. So Saturn literally ate his own son seconds after he was born.
Yep.
I don't want to see a picture. Here's a picture.
Oh my God.
Dad!
Oh, that's what that is!
That's messed up, man. Are we really this uncivilized? Hey,
nice. I forgot.
If we were so uncivilized, would we use communal toilets where we all fart and poo together in one big stinky, steamy, dirty toilet room? Yeah, Dad.
You
we
thick
would.
fudge?
Clean your butt with a sponge, Timulus. But all these guys just used it. What's wrong with your son, bro? I don't want to be Roman.
No one does, bro. No one does.
Weird. Sorry, you're not weird. I'm sure you're probably fine.
Oh! 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 Yes, I see now why you guys wanted me to check this out. This is going to be absolutely amazingly smexy. Let's get it.
The Roman Republic, a nation that, since its foundation, had been stabbing necks all the way down the Italian peninsula. But this isn't the famous Roman Empire that ruled the known world. Not yet anyway. This is a relatively juvenile Rome, still just a regional power. In 264 BC, the big daddy of the Western Mediterranean was Carthage.
Carthage?
Let's rewind a bit. Carthage was founded in 814 BC, when some Phoenicians in Tyre had a mega surplus of goods and decided to export those goods across the Mediterranean. They became the dominant trading power in the region, and to support their growing trade network, the Phoenicians established a number of colonies, one of which was Carthage.
Carthage?
Therefore, Carthage began its life as a Phoenician trade colony, and the Carthaginians were actually Phoenicians. Or, if you're a Latin-speaking Roman, They were Punic. Hence
Punic.
the name of the video.
Oh.
Over the centuries, Carthage
Nice.
gradually expanded and became the region's base of power. Just like Rome, Carthage was a semi-democratic republic with its own senate and judiciary. But there were also some pretty hefty differences between the two. While Rome was big into farming and stabbing people in the neck, the Carthaginians, on the other hand, just like their Phoenician forefathers, had built their power through trade and navigating the waves.
Damn.
They went here and there, selling ivory
everywhere.
tusks, gold, and slaves. And as a result, they were rolling in it. Whenever they weren't busy swimming around in their copious hoards of money, in their spare time, they also possibly enjoyed sacrificing their children to Baal, the god of... Let me just check my notes. Ah, yes. Plant fertility.
What the
Boy,
fuck?
these figs aren't looking too hot. Maybe if I throw my son into a burning pit of fire, they'll grow.
No!
Have you tried watering them, Dad?
Nah.
No, we'll try that second. As
Wait,
a
no!
result of all their trading, Carthage had emerged as one of the Mediterranean's superpowers. But wait, they said.
There's
Rome?
more.
What the heck is that?
Nani?
Well, I know it's a pretty obscure little country that you've probably never heard of. But this spunky young nation was about to upset the entire region's balance of power. Initially, the two sides enjoyed relatively friendly relations, and had even signed a couple treaties. But it was a relationship that was practically destined to turn
you
sour.
killed him, stabbed him in the neck.
See,
Okay.
Rome
Got
had a
it.
thing where they liked to aggressively expand their boundaries, often viewing such expansion as a defensive act. Kinda like when you kill your neighbor, because you knew eventually they would have tried to kill you first. Meanwhile, Carthage was
Dirt rod.
extremely protective of its wealthy trade network. So if you put a very strategically important island between them, well, 2 + 2 equals war.
Nuke!
Tensions
okay.
rose, and the two sides began
Close
viewing
enough.
each other with increasing disdain. The hard-working Romans looked across the water at the money-hungry Carthaginians and said, "Look at those dishonest crooks. Bet they've never done an honest day's work in their lives." And the Carthaginians looked back and said, "Look at
Look at
those
those
simple-minded
simple-minded
brutes. Bet they've never
never
sacrificed a baby in their lives."
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's
While
not.
war
No, wait.
between the two superpowers seemed inevitable, the event that finally triggered it was a little unexpected. The whole thing began with a few simple mad lads on a wild night out. These mad lads are called the Mamertines. They were Italian mercenaries employed by the tyrant of Syracuse. Here, but when he died, his successor said, "Sorry fellas, we don't need any big burly men with sharp sticks anymore. You can all go home."
They're gonna kill him.
The
aren't they?
Mamertines, as it turned out, didn't want to go home. So instead, they went to the nearby town of Messana and said,
Messanate.
"Hey man, we are but poor little buff boys without a home. May we come in?" Aw, poor fellas.
No.
Sure thing.
Aw.
Just so long as you promise not to massacre all of us. We promise. The Mamertines then massacred all of them. No, not all of them.
Just
the
most
men.
of them.
And they stole their homes and families. Ha! This is my house now. This is my best dad ever mug now. And you guys are my new family. Son, wanna go play catch with your old papa? You're not my real dad!
They're my chemical bromance.
Teenagers. Am I right, dear? You're not my real husband.
You're gonna kill her, aren't you?
I'm so trapped in this marriage.
You
Then
killed your
get
way
out.
into it. No.
Messana was now controlled by the Mamertines, and they began raiding up and down the Syracuse coastline.
Oh, shit.
When the new ruler of Syracuse saw this, he wasn't happy.
What the
The
fuck?
Syracusans began fighting back, and in response, the Mamertines said, "Oh crap, they're fighting back? What do we do? Quick, we'll convince the Carthaginians to come and save us."
Nani?
No! We're in trouble. And we need a big, strong
Whoa.
empire to
Hang on,
come
whoa.
and rub our bellies.
Yo,
Why are
chill.
you saying it like that? If I was a big, strong empire, I think I'd like to be seduced. See?
What is the
Working.
fuck?
The Carthaginians
What
had
the
long dreamed
fuck?
of controlling all of Sicily. They had been fighting Syracuse and their Greek influence on the island for centuries. And now, here was a great opportunity to get one over on them.
Get
so
'em.
Carthage promptly answered the Mamertines' cry for help and sent a force to garrison Messana. As it turned out, however, some within the ranks of the Mamertines weren't too happy with the occupying Carthaginians, and they sent out a second cry for help to
Rome?
When
Oh,
it reached
shit.
the Roman Senate, they were a little more hesitant. Going to help the Mamertines ran the risk of triggering an all-out war with Carthage, and they had only
Twerp.
just finished conquering the Italian peninsula, so they were kind of tired. Plus,
Life
the
at the
Mamertines
beach.
were all the way across the water. They had never made a leap like that before.
And
so you
dead.
would assume that to avoid any conflict with Carthage, the exhausted Romans would probably sit this one out.
Nah.
But you would assume wrong.
Certified dumbass.
Just couldn't resist a good chance for war. Why? Well, there's something you gotta understand about Rome.
They like to conquer shit.
As a republic, they were hell-bent on preventing any one man from ever gaining too much power. And so rather than having one leader, Rome had two, called consuls, who shared power.
This is true.
These consuls could also only serve for 1 year at a time, before new consuls were elected. These measures to limit the powers of the consuls were noble, but had an interesting side effect.
Jealousy?
The consuls knew they had just 1 year to try and gain as much glory and prestige as
crap.
possible, something that was very important in Roman society.
Dignitas.
And the best way of gaining glory and prestige?
Murder?
Military victory.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
The Roman political system basically ended up encouraging these consuls to go out.
Wait, let's see. Roman politics and military were intertwined. Senators were often also military generals. Consuls led the armies. Consuls served 1 year terms. Consuls had 1 year to go and crack as many skulls as possible. America, America.
And be as aggressive as your Italian grandmother when you don't eat all the spaghetti.
Oh, fuck.
And so the glory-seeking consuls convinced the people to vote in favor of going to Messana.
The war!
And then they went.
Oh,
Upon
shit.
the arrival of the Romans, the Carthaginians in the city, amongst the confusion.
Wait! I'm an idiot! What am I doing? I'm not even ready for this. Hang on, wait. How foolish of me to not be in uniform. Hold, please. Now, I'm ready to war!
Were forced to leave. Now, in contrast to Roman aggression, the Carthaginian military had a slightly different philosophy.
Ah.
Alright, kids, listen up. If you want to grow up to be Carthaginian military leaders, there's a few things you have to understand.
Sir,
if
yes,
you
sir.
fail to succeed on the battlefield,
You die?
That's a crucifixion.
Oh.
Showing cowardice, that's a crucifixion.
Oh,
Hello,
God.
sir. What are you doing here? Aren't you meant to be in Messana? Yeah, but the Romans showed up.
Uh-oh.
So you just left? Sure did.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, you better believe that's a crucifixion.
Oh, shit.
The Roman consuls were
Yay,
awarded for
children!
victory, and therefore tended to be aggressive go-getters. By contrast, the Carthaginian
Yeah.
generals were brutally punished for failure, and so they tended to be more cautious and restrained.
Cool.
This dynamic is helpful for understanding some of the crazy things that happened during the Punic Wars.
Punic!
So, the Romans have crossed over to Messana, and now there was some red on the island. Hit that panic button.
Oh,
This turn
fuck.
of events was unacceptable to both Carthage and Syracuse, so the traditional enemies teamed up to kick the Romans off their island. They surrounded the city and said, "Hey, you jerks! This isn't your island!
To
Come out of
war!"
there at once!" "Okay, we're coming!" See, Phil, you just gotta speak with authority. That's what being an alpha male's all about.
Uh-huh.
Hey, man.
What's up, bro? You're gonna die now.
You brought your weapons and armor?
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't mean... Oh, crap. Out the Roman legions came to engage the Carthaginians in battle, and they sent them packing.
Yeah.
With the Battle of Messana, whether
Some of
intended
that.
or not, by going to help the Mamertines, the two sides had just slipped into an all-out
War!
With the initial Roman victory, towns across Sicily, including Syracuse, began switching allegiance because being a winner is more fun. But the Carthaginians weren't about to just give up that easily. In 262 BC, they began building up their forces at Agrigentum. So the Romans, being aggressive go-getters, aggressively go-got them. The Romans immediately laid siege, hoping to starve out the Carthaginian garrison. However, because this was the first time Rome had been fighting outside the Italian peninsula, across the water, they struggled to supply their
no
forces.
supplies.
And before long, the Romans were as starving as the Carthaginians they were besieging.
Oh,
They
snap.
had to forage for food, leaving them open to ambush. And when Carthaginian reinforcements arrived, creating a double siege, things got really bad. Everybody starved each other for months until nobody could take it anymore, and they all finally came out for battle, which Rome won. Here's the report from the recent siege at Agrigentum, sir. We killed 30,000 while only suffering 7,000 losses?
That's a win!
Amazing!
Oh my
We're
God.
the best! Yes, sir. Whoops, those are the wrong way around.
Oh!
What? We lost 30,000?
Uh-oh.
We're the worst! But we won, right? Yes, sir.
Yep, but you
we
still lost.
also got our asses kicked.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. So are we the best or the worst?
No. Yes. Wait.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
The Romans won at Agrigentum because they were aggressive go-getters, and they now began eyeing up the possibility of conquering the entire island. But they also suffered very heavy losses, and it was clear they couldn't sustain a campaign if they couldn't supply their troops.
This is true.
Here's the issue. Sicily was an island. Islands are surrounded by water.
Water juice.
A strong navy would be vital for supplying troops and winning the war.
True.
Here was Carthage's navy, and here was Rome's.
What the
I think you can see the problem. Historians debate just how much naval experience Rome had at this point. Presumably, they must have had something to defend their shoreline.
I don't know, I'm blind.
It would have paled in comparison to the Carthaginian juggernaut.
Nope.
And so Rome had to figure out exactly what to do about all this water. Come on, men. We're not gonna let some pansy candy-ass water get in the way of our glorious victory against Carthage. Charge!
Shit. Okay, well, damn.
We're gonna need a bigger boat. What's a boat?
Hell if
I don't know. If the Romans wanted to win this war and obtain Sicily, there was only one thing for them to do.
Naval fleet?
We're just gonna have to go ahead and build ourselves a war fleet.
There you go.
We? From scratch? From scratch.
But
we don't even know how. Never mind how to fight with one. Don't worry, Hank. We're up to the challenge.
Are we
Come
though?
on, guys.
Are we?
We're Romans. And Romans aren't afraid of anything. And so, the Romans worked long and hard
What the
trying
hell?
to figure
With the
out
horses?
how on earth you actually build the latest style of warship. In the end, they had a bit of luck on their side. A Carthaginian quinquereme ended up accidentally grounding on Italian soil. The Romans found it and copied the design. While the new fleet was being built, the Romans trained rowers on land. And would you believe it? The Romans put together a full fighting fleet of 120 warships in just 2 months.
Damn.
A staggering feat. Now, I know what you're thinking, but oversimplified. If the Romans can build a war fleet from scratch in 2 months, then why does it take you half a year to make a video?
Damn.
Well,
shit.
my valued subscriber, I think you should shut up.
Okay, ow.
What the
My leg.
heck? How on earth did the Romans learn how to build a war fleet? This shouldn't be happening. From what I hear, they copied the design from us, sir. Well, how on earth did they get the blueprint, Carl? I
Damn,
don't know,
Carl,
sir.
yeah, Carl.
But I'll tell you what.
Hell.
If you're worried about people stealing your data, and you
No.
want to protect yourself from
No.
outside threats, don't
No.
you dare.
Don't you do
my
it.
friend. If you mention NordVPN, I'll scream. Should use NordVPN. Do you like corporations knowing everything about you and then selling your data to advertisers who convince you to buy things you don't need in an endless cycle
The
over
squatty
and over
potty.
until
Oh my
you
God.
die? Me neither. And that's why I use NordVPN. NordVPN allows you to connect to super fast secure servers all around the world, encrypting your IP address to protect your online data from undesirable eyes. That means you can look at all the squatty potties you want.
Fuck?
No one will know. With NordVPN, you can search for better online deals in other territories and unlock content not available in your country. NordVPN now comes with a threat protection function and much more. And if you don't like it, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to nordvpn.com/oversimplified to get an exclusive deal with a huge discount. That's nordvpn.com/oversimplified. And as always, you'll be supporting my channel. So thank you. Now where were we?
Yes. Murder.
Oh yeah. The siege at Agrigentum.
Yeah.
Supply issues. And building a war fleet.
War fleet.
So now the Romans have a navy. And it's time to put it to the test. But how does one wage ancient naval warfare? Easy. All of the ships had giant bronze rams on the front. So all you had to do was outmaneuver the enemy and give him the jimmies.
Stab.
Easy as pie. And so the aggressive Romans set out for some good old-fashioned jimmy giving. The consul, Gnaeus Cornelius Scipio, set out for the town of Lipara, believing the garrison there wanted to join the Romans.
To war!
As he entered the harbor, however, he found himself trapped by a Carthaginian fleet, and in the following skirmish, he was completely outmatched. The Romans may have had a brand new fleet, but when it came to engaging in actual combat, their inexperience showed. There was just something better about the Carthaginian ships. the Carthaginian rowers had nicer abs. The entire Carthaginian Empire had been built on expert seamanship. So, when it came to water, the Carthaginians were better, and the Romans were wetter. In their initial skirmish, the Romans were beaten so badly that the consul, Scipio, was given a nickname, Asina. And if you're wondering what that means, just drop the Ina. So what were the Romans to do? How could they possibly stand up to this Carthaginian superpower? Well, there's something you gotta understand about the Romans.
They were insane. About the Romans.
Back when they found that Carthaginian ship,
they know what they were doing.
Its design, that wasn't a one-off thing. Copying their enemies was as Roman as punishing murderers by sewing them into a leather pouch with a monkey, snake, and rooster, and then throwing them into a river, which is a thing they did. Wait, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, copying their enemies. Many of the most famous Roman inventions were actually borrowed. Aqueducts, chariot racing, their gods. Even in warfare, the Romans would get pierced by a Sabine javelin, and they'd be like, wow,
that's cool.
They'd get hacked to bits by an Iberian sword, and they'd be like, wow,
hey, that's not bad.
They'd copy the designs for themselves.
Sweet.
However, they wouldn't just copy it, they would advance it, finding ways to adapt it as perfectly as possible.
Yeah, there you go.
And in the case of naval warfare, the Romans realized if they wanted to beat the Carthaginians at their own game, they would have to adapt. The Romans excelled at combat on land, not on water. But what if, they said, we could somehow turn a sea battle into a land battle? Sounds crazy, right?
My God, you madman!
Well, they made a couple of tweaks to their warship.
Okay.
Look, here they come again. They must love getting their asses kicked. Sir, what's that toll thing sticking out of their ships?
Smart. Stab him in the face.
They really are idiots. Look at that thing. That'll make them blow over. I mean, look at...
This dude's about to get his ass kicked. Bob!
Get your camera out.
Get the
Take a picture of it.
He's gonna die now.
I mean, how stupid can you be? Let's just add a big wooden tower to our ship that'll weigh us down and blow us over in the wind. I mean, what does that thing even do?
You was talking all that shit. Then you got stabbed in your chest, bitch. So
There's a big swinging spiked gangway called the Corvus. So when the Carthaginian ships approached to ram them, the Romans would just slam them. The Carthaginians tried going around, no problem. The Corvus could swivel. Try going behind, the Romans would huddle to the coastline.
That's smart.
It was foolproof.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those big, sexy Carthaginian rowing muscles could flex all they want, but they were no match for the Roman mind.
Great.
So, ladies, you see?
That's right,
what really
ladies.
matters is what's on the inside.
Yeah.
Please go out with me. And with that, the Romans, who had only just recently began dabbling in the art of naval combat, thanks to their ingenious
first use of the Corvus,
had just managed to outclass the Mediterranean seafaring superpower.
Victory!
The Carthaginians were stunned, and the general in charge of the defeated Carthaginian fleet
was killed.
You better believe that's a crucifixion. With their newfound control of the seas, the Romans could now more easily blockade coastal cities and supply their legions on land.
Hey, there you go.
The Romans were now free to unleash their aggression all over the island. Haha! Hey Carthaginians, what are you gonna do now that we're free to rampage across the island? We're gonna go inside these walls and close this gate. Oh, come on guys, stop messing around. Come out so we can kill you. No.
No.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
Oh, no. To counter the new Roman supremacy, the Carthaginians decided to engage in a defensive war of attrition, forcing the Romans to engage in siege.
This man started to punch a wall.
The war in Sicily became a long, hard, back-and-forth slug. One by one, cities slowly fell as the Romans gained ground. Occasionally, the Carthaginians countered and even pushed them back, only for the Romans to rebound again. And whenever a city did finally fall, the Romans could delight in slaughtering the entire population and selling any survivors into slavery, which was pretty standard procedure at the time.
Pretty messed up.
In general, the campaign on land was progressing much slower than the Romans had hoped, and quite frankly, they were getting sick of it. So in 256 BC, they decided that something had to change. Hey everyone, my name's Marcus Attilius Regulus, and I'll be one of your consuls for this year. Look, as I'm sure you all know, Sicily's being a bit of a drag.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I could go and spend my entire year as consul besieging one single city, but they'll never make a naked statue of me for that. So here's the new plan. I'm gonna skip Sicily entirely, take my army, and go right for the heart of Carthage itself. I'll slaughter the men, enslave all the women and children, and when I return, you'll all build 1,000 naked statues of me.
What the hell? I don't think that's gonna...
Marcus, that women and children stuff, that seems pretty evil and barbaric. No, Jim, it's perfectly normal in the ancient world.
Screw you, ancient world!
Sometimes we even chop their pets in half.
Oh my god, hang on now. That's... No,
okay, guys,
wait, hold on.
Looks like the Romans are coming straight for us this time. And what will they do when they get here?
Murder you
They'll
dead.
kill us all. They'll massacre each and every last one of us. They may even chop our pets in half. That's barbaric!
Oh,
no,
Boggy!
it's actually pretty normal for the time. We'd do the same to them. Who'll protect us? Funny you should ask, Mary. That's kind of why I called this meeting. Who will protect us?
It is none other than...
Protect our families.
Yes.
Our homes.
Yes.
Our children.
The children!
You guys? Ha! Don't make me laugh.
No.
Why, you're just a bunch of stupid and weak farmers.
Oh.
Simple-minded buffoons.
Okay.
Cowards. Fools. Rob here thinks enslaving women and children is barbaric. You're a snowflake, Rob.
Damn.
Yes, you are.
Oh, damn, Rob. Damn, I'm sorry, bro.
The fact is, if the Romans manage to land on African soil, we're all gonna die. A terrifying, hideous, unspeakably painful death.
Is it supposed to be inspiring?
Is that the end of that speech? Yes.
Oh, fuck!
The Carthaginians had to stop the Romans from ever landing in Africa because they believed that would be the end. So as the Romans were building an invasion fleet, the size of which the world had never seen before,
it's time for war.
The Carthaginians were preparing an even bigger one to stop them. And in 256 BC, as the Roman invasion fleet made its way south, the stage was set for a humongous battle! 680 warships, around 300,000 men, fighting to decide the course of the war. To this day, the Battle of Cape Ignomus remains possibly the largest naval battle in human history, all the way back in ancient times.
Nice.
So the next time your granddad tells you about the time he sank a Japanese aircraft carrier, kick him in the nuts. The Romans had a lot riding on this battle. They weren't just sending their warships, but transports as well, full of supplies and horses for their invasion of Africa. They therefore formed a protective wedge-like formation to punch through the long, thin Carthaginian line. The Carthaginian generals, however, desperate to prevent the Romans from reaching Africa, had a plan of their own. As the Roman fleet approached, the Carthaginian center feigned a retreat, luring the Romans in so their outstretched flanks could envelop them and get around the Roman corvus.
That's smart.
A clever plan, but
it
with
failed.
Such a huge battle and so many ships crowded together, the Carthaginians struggled to maneuver as hoped. And in the chaos, 3 separate battles emerged across the huge battle space. With the number of ships limiting their ability to maneuver, the Carthaginians became sitting ducks, and all the Romans had to do was start swinging. The Roman center came out on top, and were then able to turn around and rescue their pinned down flanks. The Battle of Cape Ignomus was a Roman victory.
Victory! And that's the end of part 1. Oh, this is great! Oh, yeah! Oh, that's gonna be good stuff right there. Let's go do it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Oversimplified, the first Punic War, part 1 complete. Definitely gonna check out part 2 next time. But that right there was pretty freaking specifically bad A. I likes it, and I likes it a lot. Not bad, Oversimplified. Not bad at all. That's gonna do it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed this video with your boy, take your beast mode claws of awesomeness use. Go ahead and slash. Like what and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beasts of all ages, shapes, and even, that's right, maybe even themselves. Love, peace, and above all, stay beast mode for the epic win of all the Winskis or Lipinskis. Oh!